If you're starting a business and you take out a loan, you're a moron, because there's so many uncertainties involved with starting a business, yet the one certainty that you'll have to have is paying back your loan. 99% of small businesses you can start with next to no capital. It's more about effort. Small businesses don't fail for lack of capital. They fail for lack of brains. They fail for lack of effort. If you start a business, you better know your industry and your company better than anyone in the whole wide world, because you're competing. If you're going to compete with me on one of my businesses, you better realize that I'm working 24 hours a day to kick your ass.
Okay. Well, Mark Cuban, I'd say he does know what he's talking about, and I would listen to that advice for the most part. You don't want to borrow money to start a business unless you are 100% sure that whatever you're borrowing the money for, you are going to be able to pay back, and including the interest, and still have it make sense. So you don't want to borrow money to start something if you don't need to borrow it, if that isn't part of the plan, and if that isn't an essential aspect of the business that you already know well. So, I can, for example, imagine if you're starting a car dealership, you've been in the car dealership business for 30 years and you're getting into a new one, you know what you're doing. And you may borrow money to be able to initially stock the inventory of cars that you need to sell as a car dealer. I would say you're not taking a huge risk because you have 30 years of experience in that business and you know you're going to be able to sell the car. But I don't think that's what he was talking about. I think he was talking about borrowing $10 or $50 or $100,000 to start some business that you don't know anything about, but you can't afford to start it or figure out how to start it with less money or no money. And that is risky. And that is definitely something I agree with him. That is not the way to get started.